Everything changes for a child who's forced to grow up before they're ready. You're 7, maybe 8, and you're staring at a parent who is collapsing under the weight of life. It could be anger, addiction, or just a quiet emptiness. No one speaks, but your young mind quietly decides, if I don't hold this together, no one will. This is how a child disappears, not in body, but inside. They smile when they don't feel like it. They learn to cry less. They study the moods around them before uttering a single word. They become the emotional compass of the home, and the world applauds them for it. You're so responsible. You're so mature. You're so strong. But nobody asks, at what cost? This is the hidden sorrow of kids who had no choice but to grow fast, and the truth. These patterns don't vanish with age. They seep into careers, relationships, and self-worth. Ignoring them means repeating survival strategies that once saved you, but now slowly drain you. Developmentally, this is known as parentification. The child takes on adult roles: caregiver, peacekeeper, therapist, protector, because the adults cannot. It's not just unhealthy. It rewires the brain, constantly regulating emotions, whether your own or others, creates hype. You are scanning for danger, walking on eggshells, learning that love is a bargain. Give calm, maybe you'll get safety. Your needs are urgent threats, theirs are absolute. You vanish emotionally, replaced by a version of yourself that performs perfectly. The quiet achiever, the fixer, the friend who never asks. So convincing is the mask that even you forget it's there. Yet, something inside acts. The child you buried is still screaming silently. Why did no one protect me? As time passes, the symptoms evolve. You may become hyper-independent, refusing help, avoiding closeness, or fearing safety in love. Happiness might feel foreign, unearned, even dangerous. Rest is uncomfortable. Productivity is your only currency. And worst, you might not recognize that survival mode has become your default. Calm feels wrong, peace suspicious, love a debt. This is the psychology of the child forced to grow up too fast. It is not mere sadness. It's a complex trauma that reshapes your worldview and self-image. Why would a child ever take on such a role? Attachment is everything. Children will sacrifice themselves for belonging. It's instinct, not weakness. But the irony is cruel. What once saved you now imprisons you. Many adults function outwardly well, yet their neglected inner child still drives them. Overachieving for approval, staying silent to avoid rejection, caring for everyone but longing for someone to ask if they're okay. The child you buried still needs to be seen, the fantasy of someone finally noticing you. Not invincible that someone will let you break his, the unmet need of your younger self. Healing begins not with fixing, but with witnessing. Without acknowledging the past, thoughts like, it wasn't so bad, others had it worse, gaslight your present. But fine is a mask, too. Adults who grew up too fast may never feel truly safe. They may fear softness, overfunction in relationships, and apologize for showing emotions. They may confuse exhaustion with success. This is the cost of childhoods lived too early. If you were trained to be strong at the expense of being soft, honest, or self-aware, then adulthood can feel like holding your breath, waiting for permission to exist fully. Here's the truth. No one will rescue that child but you. You must go back, hold their hand, and say what no one ever did. You didn't deserve this. You were just a child. Now you may rest. This is shadow work, not performing, bypassing pain, or faking positivity, but facing the abandoned pieces and telling them, I see you, I hear you, I'm staying. It is brutal. You must grieve lost birthdays, stolen innocence, and years spent protecting those who should have protected you. But grief is not weakness, it is proof of healing. As survival patterns surface in adulthood, they may show as overfunctioning in friendships, hyper-independence, boundary struggles, or refusing help. These are not character flaws, they are learned coping mechanisms, and they are unlearnable until you honor the wounds. Asking your inner child, "What did I need that I never got?" might reveal someone to tell you it wasn't your fault, someone to ask how you were, or permission to play and rest without fear. Slowly, you begin giving yourself what was denied, not to rewrite history, but to stop reliving it. Healing is giving the child you lost what you never received. This process teaches you to stop mistaking anxiety for intuition, to stop searching for parental care in partners, and to reconnect with your true self. Carl Jung said, "There is no coming to consciousness without pain." Shadow work demands facing it all, the neglected, ashamed, scared, angry. Healing is not becoming someone new. It is remembering the self before the world dictated who to be. If you grew up too fast, your maturity was not the problem. The problem was lack of choice. Now, you can choose softness, rest, and honoring your emotions. Progress won't be instant. Some days, you'll feel like a child again. That is the point. Let that child come home, cry, play, be seen. You are not broken. You are becoming whole. And maybe, finally, you are growing up the right way, not from fear, not from pressure, but from truth. You never had a childhood, but you still have a future, and this time, you get to write it.